Hello, my name's Jack Reynor. I'm working on Transformers 4 right now. I hear you guys run a pretty big website. It's very nice to be holding your microphone and talking to you. My character's name is Shane, and he's a race car driver who we see in the film quite early on. He's Tessa, that's Mark Wahlberg's daughter. He's Tessa's boyfriend, and kind of early on in the film he saves Mark Wahlberg and Nicola Pelton's characters, kind of becomes wrapped up in the whole thing that happens thereafter. Nicola's great, she's really fantastic. I think this is her first really big blockbuster film as well, but she's very professional and she's a lot of fun to be around on set, and she, you know, we work very well collaboratively, so I'm a big fan of Nicola. Well, I'm basically a race car driver that's come over from Ireland and has fallen for this girl, obviously. And she, of course, is the daughter of Mark Wahlberg, and they have a no dating policy in their house because Mark's wife has died, and I think he finds it difficult to get past that, and Nicola her character finds it very difficult to go through school without being able to date anybody, so secretly she dates this Irish race car driver, which in America would not be seen as a particularly great thing to do, I suppose, in a lot of ways. So that's kind of the situation when we come into the film initially. And the dynamic between myself and Mark and Nicola changes throughout the film. That's one of the really nice points of the film, is that we have this kind of really nice triangle of characters, and it makes it a little bit more human, I think, than the previous films were, and that's a nice direction that I've driven some really cool cars in this movie, yeah, I've driven some really cool cars. My favourite one was we have a 1967 Chevy Camaro SS, which is a really nice old muscle car that was souped up and customised, and it was a lot of fun to drive. So I had that, and I had a rally car, which was a lot of fun too, and yeah, that's been good. Yeah, like I do a lot of my own stunts in the film, and I mean pretty much every day on set it's non-stop explosions and helicopters flying around and, you know, people running and screaming everywhere, so yeah, it's kind of intense, and I do a lot of my own stunts. Michael Bay is fond of his actors doing that themselves, so yeah, I'm in the thick of it pretty much every day. Well, it makes it a lot easier in a way, because if there are huge explosions behind you, then it's easy to react to them as opposed to trying to react to an explosion that's not there, if you know what I mean. So to that end, it's really great that we have the opportunity to be involved in all that. It's kind of crazy and not a lot of actors do it. But for us, I think it's really helpful, and in terms of our performances, it brings a lot more out in us because it's so real. Michael shoots everything very practically. He doesn't like to use a lot of CGI, so for that reason, yeah, it's very helpful for our performances. Makes it a lot easier. Absolutely. I mean, Michael Bay is a legend of, you know, Hollywood film, and I don't think anybody can make these kind of movies like he does. I think it would be very difficult for any other director to step into Michael's shoes and take over a franchise like Transformers. You know, he's quite a strict guy on set, but that's because he wants us all to perform to 110% every day, and that's what he really gives, and he's so invested in what he does, and you can't help but be kind of inspired really by his enthusiasm for what he's doing a lot of times, and for all the criticisms people make about him. I think he's a really great guy, and I love working with him. Yeah, this is my first time here. I think it's beautiful. It's a really incredible place. When I got off the plane, I went straight up to the Big Buddha, and I saw that. That was an incredible thing for me to see, being from, you know, Ireland, the part of the world that I'm from. We shot in Quarry Bay, which was an amazing place to see. They had a courtyard there that 10,000 people apparently lived in. And when shooting finished that day, I went back up to the rooftop and I met some people and, you know, had some milk tea with them in their house, and that was a really nice experience. And it's been nice to try and invest myself in the culture here as much as I can while I'm here. And I think it's a really amazing place, and I'd love to come back and spend some proper time here. Well, I mean, it's my first real Hollywood blockbuster film, and to be playing a kind of a leading role in it is an amazing experience. Oh, I don't know, maybe we'll see. I mean, I'll take the scripts as they come. for me, it's just more about the content and what kind of script it is, you know. And if I really like it and I'm invested in it, then I'll do it. So, whatever way that takes my career, we'll see.